Hello, my name is Raquel Sanchez. I'm a lecturer at the Department of Business Organization and also a member of the Research Center on Production Management and Engineering at Universitat Politécnica de Valencia. In this presentation, which is part of the Business Continuity Managers Training Platform project that is funded by the European Commission, I will provide some basics about crisis management. The learning outputs of this presentation are focused on defining the concept of crisis management and providing also a description of the basic concepts related to crisis management. The presentation is structured as follows. Firstly, there is an introduction to define what a crisis is. The section second is focused on the importance of managing crises in an efficient way and how to do it, to finish with section 3, the conclusions. Crisis is any situation, usually an unstable condition with high level of uncertainty, that deviates from normal business and emergency plans, that requires urgent attention and action to protect life, credibility, assets, property, or the environment. The fact is, no matter how many precautions an organization takes, a crisis can occur without warning and lead to very serious disruptions and business impacts. Every business will likely face a crisis as a result of internal, for example, organizational errors, or external, for example, pandemics, at some point during its existence, threatening the safety or well-being of people, impair public reputation or image, impact bottom line, increase insurance exposures, and affect revenue. Application of strategies and tactics developed to help an organization cope with a sudden and significant negative event that threatens to damage the organization or its stakeholders. Prevention of any potential crisis includes creating a crisis management plan, assigning a crisis management team, and performing exercises for implementing the plan. The first element is the crisis management plan, that is a document that documents crisis governance structure of an organization, provides detailed overview of the roles and responsibilities of employees and management during a crisis, and also guides management into controlling and managing all the phases of a crisis and assists them to take quick and relevant actions as per the situation. Also describes the processes, actions, and resources an organization will use to respond to the threats and any critical situation. Ensures efficient management of such resources. And finally, assists in coordinating an appropriate management response, reducing instability and uncertainty amongst the employees, ensuring accuracy and on-time communication flow. Managing a crisis requires a long list of skills, including analytical thinking, competence, knowledge background, managerial capability, among others. It's usual for executive management to lead the response to a crisis, as they usually have a deep understanding of the organization and its context, maturity in management and decision-making capability, and also action, execution, authorization. Moreover, managers from major organizational departments lead the tactical response, planning, or logistics. Together, executive management and managers from a team that has the authority and maturity to make decisions under difficult circumstances and lead the organization to successfully respond to a crisis and recover business as usual. Crisis communication refers to the information communicated by an organization in response to a crisis affecting customers, employees, and the organization reputation. A crisis communication plan is a set of procedures related to how to communicate internally within the organization and key business partners, and also externally with customers, public, media, during an expected and significant negative event. A well-developed and continuously updated crisis communication plan ensures that the organization has the appropriate infrastructure in place to respond to crises and protect its credibility, brand, and reputation. The development of the crisis management plan requires awareness and training of the teams to ensure the ability of the organization to respond to a crisis. In this sense, the organization should prepare an annual training and exercising plan that must be aligned with crisis management, organization objectives, and the principle that all organization plans must be tested at least one per year. Moreover, it is also very important to develop performance standards and evaluate criteria from the learning objectives. For every test, a post-exercise report with the results should be developed and communicated to all the team's members. Finally, when improvement is needed as a result of the results analysis, the improvement action should be immediately addressed and implemented. As conclusion, it's worth mentioning that crisis management is the employment of tactics and strategies developed to help an organization cope with a sudden disturbing event that threatens to harm the organization or its stakeholders. A crisis management plan describes how to deal with a critical situation that would negatively affect an organization's profitability, customers, reputation, or the ability to operate. To develop, maintain, and implement the crisis management plans, the organizations need to form a crisis management team that in turn is formed by the executive management and managers from major organizational departments. In an emergency, the need to communicate is immediate. Designing an appropriate crisis communication plan can help an organization prevent ineffective and potentially damaging crisis responses and foster the trust and confidence of its stakeholders. Finally, it's imperative that all team members and their partners are regularly trained on their roles and responsibilities. Exercises provide the opportunity to test processes, technology, and equipment under simulated conditions, which can reveal potential problems before they occur, during actual operation or incidents. And with these conclusions, the presentation is finished. Thank you very much for your attention.